Well, let's do poo-poos this time. Nope, we're not doing it this time. We are going to do water. Roll it. Alright, let's do a water video. So I'm explaining a little bit of our water setup that we have here on our motorhome. And my two co-stars, you can see right behind me, are wondering what Papa's doing. Anyway, so let's get started. So first off, I have the elbow here going into the motorhome. And you can see here, to put less stress on the hose, having it coming down. So it's less pressure coming out right here for it to possibly break off. I ended up putting a quick disconnect here to make it a lot easier to be able to have a shutoff valve to do things if I want to do and be able to disconnect what I have set up. It's real simple. So we go down the line, we have this water filter that Camco has. Not a big fan of it so far. It really hasn't done very much here in the Nevada area. But we're trying it out, trying to see the system, but still don't drink the water. But it helps probably with the pipes and everything else in the book. But I'm not a big fan of this about drinking water. So we stick with bottled water, that's for sure. So anyway, this is called a water softener. And I'm going to tell you, this water softener is awesome. And you should get this no matter what. And it's an on-the-go. And I'll put all the links on the video. And then you can be able to see what the pricing is and purchase it yourself. But one thing about this water softener that's really super important, and I put a quick disconnect there, that as you can see, is that some people don't like them because the way they feel may be soapy, but this one's not too soapy. It's very smooth, very relaxing. But the biggest deal about this on the go is that your pipes are not copper and they're not like home pipes. So you definitely need something like this so you can keep the sediment not building up in your pipes of the RV and causing issues. So anyway, a water softener is very, very important to have. And I'll turn around and make a later video on the water softener down the road regarding about how to rejuvenate it and what you have to do on that process. Now let's go down to my setup here that I have at the water source. Now if you look at this, I have my little Y right here that I have another gauge there, and I'll explain that there in a second. And you'll see my regulator here, and a little bit maybe hard to see, but it's about 57 is what I keep it. And I do a water filter there, so I'm doing as much as clean water to try to go into the RV. Now one thing about this, about keeping around 57, no more than 60 is what you want to do going to your motorhome. It can go up to 100, but it's not what's advisable because your pipes will go and they'll cause a leak inside your motorhome. So you want to keep it under 60. Some people will be between 45 and 50. That is fine at the 55, but I prefer 57, 58. Give me a little bit more water pressure inside the motorhome, and it is plenty good to go. So what I did is that most people know about these water setups at campgrounds that can be very high pressure. That's why we use a regulator, number one, and you should use one no matter what. But this gauge here, and I'm going to turn it around, tells you a little bit what the pressure is right now coming out of the ground. Now let's bring it over here so you can see it better. So right now it is showing about 68 psi of water. Well, that ain't bad, but not really. Look at that little red gauge right here, red line. So what that means is once in a while the water will do a surge, and so far it has surged to 110 psi. Well, that's not good. So if you did not have a regulator set up and you have it going through your motorhome, then yeah, it might be a little pressure at the time, but if it shoots a surge of 110, that can cause a problem inside your pipes and cause a possible leak. So this tester you don't need to have, but if you want to pick one up, it's 10 bucks at Lowe's. Not a big deal, or you can pick them up on Amazon. And I'll see if I can find a link for it for you and put it in the description. But one thing you got to remember is that a regulator is super important to have no matter what. And make sure that you be able to treat your pipes with respect and have it long lasting inside your motorhome. So this is my setup that I have with these small hoses connection going all the way up. So anyway, this will be a good information for you regarding what you need to do regarding your water setup. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, give us a like, we hope. Check our description, go to the things that I post for you to maybe do your purchases in the future. And one thing is, hope to see you on the road. And here we go, RVing.